Hi guys, and welcome to my review for Before Your Eyes, an emotional first-person narrative adventure where you control the story and affect outcomes with your blinks.
Stranger, whew, you're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you? Now you see that tower out there? Big, scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life from proud to stern. Now if she's impressed, I can pay the big coin and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city.
Your blinks act as your left mouse button in basic terms. Blinking can select objects, interact with objects, and move the story forward. When an eye symbol appears, you can move your mouse over it and select it with a blink. This often causes an effect to an object or scene and moves that scene forwards. When a pencil icon appears, moving your mouse over it and blinking puts you into drawing mode, where you can draw an item on a bit of paper. The image often circulates between different versions of the image, and a blink chooses the image you want to draw. When a metronome appears, a blink will move you on to the next scene entirely. Any present dialogue, eye or pencil icons not used will immediately be discarded and the scene disbanded. Sometimes you will be presented with a choice which will have an effect on the storyline. Some of these options are timed and you only have a few seconds to decide, whereas major plotline choices have no time limit. The mechanics are imaginally used throughout the story. You'll get opportunities to play the piano, write on a typewriter, and interact with all kinds of objects, for example. It's a simple game to control using either the mouse or your webcam and mouse. It would certainly be suitable for all ages. There are a number of achievements, the majority of them are easiest to achieve without the webcam feature. After the game is completed, you'll be able to access any chapter again. Before Your Eyes is a very emotional story, which left me with a huge lump in my throat afterwards. It is extremely polished and wonderfully presented. Voice acting is superb and full of feeling and emotion, and the graphics look gorgeous, being imaginatively conveyed on screen. I was a bit dubious about the blinking mechanic, but I had no issues with calibration or how effective the blinks were. My blinks always registered and it worked perfectly. The only issue I had with the mechanic was it can become very tiresome on your eyes. If you enjoy a good story, this game certainly has it, but often the story was missed because I blinked and the story moved on to the next section. Dialogues can go on quite long, certainly longer than most people can stare without blinking, so it is inevitable that you are going to miss some of that dialogue. At the time I found this incredibly annoying, as I wanted to see and hear everything that was on offer. I played through the game again without the webcam, and I wish I had chosen this option to begin with. Even though some of the dialogue I had missed was incidental and trivial, some of it was not, and it helped me fill in the gaps in the story I had missed the first time. It is certainly worth playing the game twice, as there are choices to be made during the game which will affect how the story unfolds. It was enjoyable to choose different options and watch how they panned out. The game takes 2 hours to complete. Ultimately, the blinking mechanic is original and innovative, but I'm not convinced it really helps immerse you in the story more than just using the mouse. Parts where you have to close your eyes are effective, but otherwise I could not tell the difference. This is a game that stands high on the shoulders of the genre, and whether you find the blinking mechanic effective or not, it still delivers a first-class experience in all departments. Before Your Eyes is a superior example of a short narrative adventure. It delivers on all fronts and manages to be fresh, imaginative and innovative. The blinking mechanic is sometimes more of a hindrance than the immersive tool it promises to be, but the game works perfectly well without it and is not needed. At 2 hours in length, with 2 playthroughs advised, I could easily recommend this at full price. Just remember to have a box of tissues by your side to wipe away those tears. Okay, that's all for now. My next review is for The Slater, a short but enjoyable hitman clone. Avenge your father's death by investigating and eliminating everyone responsible using a mixture of stealth, planning and execution. If you want to see that video, please click the notification button, and if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. Thanks, and see you soon.